Good evening everyone and welcome to this Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. I am your host with the most, Mark. Tonight we're at the glorious race of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to get some more stats before I do the stats for the actual league itself. I'm going to talk about the Abu Dhabi track. Now, unfortunately, because I could not find out what happened yesterday, I've only heard some news that it was raining in Abu Dhabi in the Performance League last night. So, madness times there, to be fair. Hopefully, just try and see. Sorry about this, guys. I'm just trying to load up the stats now. So while we do that, we're just waiting for some of the drivers to come out, and I think one of the drivers, I think that might be the Force India, which is oh no, Prix was already out first. My apologies, or maybe Snoop. No, it's Prix, but not that. Giggsy will do the actual qualifying lap for us tonight. He's on the Hypersofts at the minute. So before I carry on, this is the stats of the usual shizzle, shall we say, of the track itself. We will have 28 laps. We will have 28 laps of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's the Yas Marina circuit. It's a 3.451 miles with a 5.554 kilometers. And like I said, there will be 21 corners. 21 corners tonight. So it's going to be a manic stuff here for the, like I said, it's going to be a cracker, because this track's always it's always fantastic, to be fair. It's always like one of those end of races coming up. We're on race 11, by the way, of race 12 of the Invictus Racing League for season 3 of this league. So absolutely madness stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely madness stuff, and then hopefully we'll probably get some stuff sorted after the league racing before we go on to the proper ones, which is the F1 2019 game. So here we go. What can Brixie do? Brixie coming up to the first corner now, then coming up to, which is the second corner up the hill part now, then coming to turn 3, which is absolutely trying to do everything possible to hold that car into gear there, then passing turn 4, then coming up to the end of the first sector, which is the 17.7, then coming to turn 5, then 6, then coming to the hairpin now, turn 7 now. Oh, we've got a little bit wide there, but just try and get that exit there perfectly. And then it's the long straight here of the first DRS straight. Now, so he needs to try and stay where those white lines, well, where that gap is there, the track itself. Then coming up to turn 8, then coming up to turn 9, which we're coming up to the long straight again now for the second DRS straight of the race here. Then coming passing turn 10 now, then coming up to, which is, I believe it's the end of the second sector, which what can he do, maybe 59 seconds. So turn 11 here, then coming to turn 12, then the unlucky turn 13, then coming to turn 14 now, coming up through this tricky third sector now, coming up to turn 15, then to turn 16 now, then 17, hard braking here, 17 there, coming to turn 18 now, under the bridge, well, under the bridge part there, coming to turn 19, then coming up to the final few corners now of that turn 20 now, then coming to the final corner now, which is turn 21, and that is, my friends, is the actual qualifying lap of the Brixie, of the first one ever, and the time to beat is a 1:38.8. Oh, brilliant from Snoop! Oh, Captain Stiff, who normally does all the race posts, he put the sleep. What was it? I put it on there as well. The sleeper, the sleeper driver. That's it. The sleeper driver. This is the post for the what was it, for the Mexican Grand Prix one. It's just before we started. It was just absolutely funny. Oh, well, Stephen. Oh, what a lap from him. Brilliant lap. Oh, Stevenson on 1:38.5 on the Superstar. Oh, brilliant stuff. Steele Agent Steel cleared to click with a 66. 137.9. Brilliant lap. Absolutely brilliant. What can Ferrari do? Ferrari can do... Oh, he's teasing us. He's doing his lapping now. Same with Tom. Oh, nearly lost it on that corner there. Coming to the end of the first sector there, 17.5 on the Ultras. So Prix will need to improve. Needs to get into the 136 based on Super Softs based on Steel's time, 37s, Ultra Softs 36, Hyper Softs 35s. That's based on Steel's time or the quickest Super Softs. That's what I'm expecting from the drivers here tonight. But unfortunately, there's only 10 drivers here tonight. I'm not sure what's happened with some of the guys here. Hopefully they'll bounce back next week on the finale race at the Monza Grand Prix. We're not only live and exclusive for the F3 League tonight, we will have the F1 and F2 races tonight. Oh, Tom's gone wide. He's lost it completely there. Well, he's lost his braking point there, so he's going to have to do another lap in now. What can I'm going to watch Nitrograss. Nitrograss has been absolutely... what do you say? Like I said, last week, he had 4th place. Yeah, 4th place? No, sorry. My bad. I was looking at the wrong one there. He had 8th place. That was it. He had 8th place. But unfortunately, it's just... I keep saying it, he had 2 DNFs before that race at Belgium last few times. But yellow flags there. Oh, Frosistan! What a lap! Brilliant stuff, absolutely brilliant from Frosistan. Did a 137.4. Absolutely brilliant stuff here. Just going to watch what Brennos can do, because I think Nitrogas is going to try to do his lapping again. But like I said, Nitrogas needs to bounce back. I'll keep saying this every race that I've seen him. One of the bestest blokes ever. With his best Midlands accent. Absolutely brilliant accent. Brilliant stuff. But like I said, I really do wish he could get a podium. Or better still, a win. Hopefully, just to get his confidence back up. But I really do hope, really do hope he'll bounce back into getting... He might have a good chance here to try and get some points in tonight. Brennos is just really slow. He was just really slow that lap. What can Mike do? Now Mike, earlier on in the practice, just before we started, he was doing some good laps in the Super Softs and the Ultras. So, but he was just not happy with the Hyper Softs. So he's going to try and everything he can with the Ferrari as well. But bear in mind, this is the situation now with the points stuff now. And I will say this is a bit of a confusion for everyone regarding the drivers and the constructors as well. So, at the moment, Mike is 19 points behind the leader, Captain Stiff, who's also racing tonight. Bear in mind, Frosistan needs to win the last 2 races and hope Captain Stiff and Mike, well, Captain Stiff does not get more than 3 points in the last 2 races, which I pretty much doubt it, the way Captain Stiff is running at the minute. But you never know in F1. It's like you never know in football. You just never know what to expect on here, and hopefully there'll be a cracker of a sort here. But like I said, Mike is 19 points. So the situation is Captain Stiff's in first with 102 points. Mike is in second with 83 points. Ferrari is in third with 76 points. Snoop Dogg Markey, unfortunately, he had that DNF last week. If he didn't have that DNF, he would have still be contention for the Drivers' Championship. Oh, brilliant stuff from Mike! Oh, the civilian legend! Oh, brilliant stuff! Absolutely brilliant! Nitro! I told you I'd need him to get into the top 3. Oh, brilliant stuff from Snoop! Oh, brilliant lap! Absolutely brilliant lap! Oh, what can you do if you're being queued there? But I'll tell you what, in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, absolutely nothing. 137 dead on, exact time, madness stuff. Oh, yellow flag sector 1. I don't know who was in sector 1. I think that was Steele and O'Stephen and maybe Snoop. Well, Snoop just done the lapping, so Steele must have just come out of the pits. Yeah, Steele just come out of the pits and kind of off-guarded O'Stephen, who would have done his lapping there, so Steele had to let him through again. So Brixie, what can he do? He's 1:37.1. He moves up to third. So this is mad times here. The driver, like I said, from what I've heard from yesterday, Captain Stiff has not had a good time in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Bear in mind, it was raining on last night's race, which I unfortunately could not attend with the stream because of the power cut a few times and the internet being an absolute beep, shall we say. Just trying to see who else is doing another lapping. At the moment, everyone's all on the zeros and ones, but I think I'm going to watch O'Stephen now. O'Stephen, where are you, mate? O'Stephen's in 9th in the Drivers' Championship. He's getting that momentum of the good form. The last 3 races, he's doing some brilliant racing. It's just the final like stint where he needs to keep his tyres along a little bit more longer. Otherwise, he would have done even more better time. But what can Tom do? Tom just doing his lapping, I believe, who's just behind O'Stephen. So O'Stephen needs to pull off the greatest lap he's ever done. To be fair, he has done some good qualifying laps in the last few races as well, if I remembered it right. But it's just the race pace as well. So hopefully he will bounce back as well. So I do apologise if you hear any background noises. I do apologise. Briggs is retired from the session, so something must have happened there. Just seeing what happens there. What can O'Stephen do? O'Stephen on his lapping now. O'Stephen tries to do everything he can on the next few corners here. So he's on the second DRS straight now. I'm not sure what time he had on the first sector because I've got heard the background noise. Not sure what's happened, but majority of the drivers have all gone for the super softs. Brennan's the only one who's on the hyper softs. Snoop Dogg, Marky is in pole with the ultra soft tyre. So based on everyone's times now, I expect the ultra softs to hit the 1:36 if people are on it at the moment. The tyres that you see on the screen on the left hand side are the best times that they've done. So that's the best times they've done. That's not their current lap or the current tyre that they're on at the moment here. So what can O'Stephen do? O'Stephen tries to do everything he can on the final few corners. Oh, and he lost it there on that second from last corner, but he's coming up to the final straight now. Hopefully he hasn't invalidated his lap. He's done he's just 100ths slower. Oh, brilliant stuff from Steele. Agent Steele in first place. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant. The two Sauber boys, 1-2. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely fantastico. Magnifico. Magnifico. Captain Steve is on his lapping now. The Drivers' Championship leader at the moment needs to try and match what Ferocioustan and Mike are doing now. He's on the super softs at the minute, so he needs to try and get into the 37s as quickly as possible. And on this rate at the minute, he might hit that. 37.3. He's split between Mike and Ferocioustan. Basically, Ferocioustan needs to win. I'll say this for the drivers' situations here. Mike is 19 points behind Captain Stiff. Mike needs to get decent points as quick, like ahead of Captain Stiff. If Captain Stiff gets ahead of Mike and Ferocioustan in this race, he's definitely won the Drivers' Championship tonight. Because obviously the points that you can get is 15 points. You just got to bear in mind, if Captain Stiff gets ahead, if Captain Stiff gets ahead at any point, he will need to try and bounce back as quickly as possible. Like with Mike and Ferocioustan, it's very slim from Verstappen because he needs to win the last two, this race and next week's race, and hope that Captain Stiff and Mike does not get any points whatsoever. Bear in mind, Verstappen has had more wins. No, sorry, I take that back. Verstappen's equal wins with Captain Stiff at the moment. But say if he did win and had the same points, Verstappen would have won the Drivers' Championship. But that's just a foregone conclusion. You have to wait and see what happens here. But bear in mind, guys, I'm just going to say this has been one hell of a season for the F3 and all the leagues, don't get me wrong, of the Invictus Racing Leagues. Brilliant stuff, absolutely brilliant. But what can Verstappen do? Verstappen is in 7th minute. Oh, brilliant! I told you he needs to try and get ahead of Captain Steve and Mike, and he's doing it with ease. Now, like I said, if Captain Steve gets ahead of Mike, that's it. Because the points, it's going to be massive, and there's no chance that Mike could catch up on Captain Steve, and Captain Steve could win the Drivers' Championship tonight. But I was hoping that oh, what was it now? Oh, the mouse is playing up. I bet you Verstappen would be absolutely livid that well, not livid, sorry, he misses his teammate to try and get some decent points in. Oh, Nitro Gas has moved up to 3rd. Brilliant time from him, absolutely brilliant. Oh, what can you do if you're being cute? Oh yeah. This is going to be coming up to 1 minute 20 left of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Who's going to win? I don't think Verstappen would do another lap in as such, but like I said, can Nitro Gas do the unthinkable and get ahead by 5/10 on Verstappen's time? If he does, he's an absolute legend. Oh, Snoop! 135.9! Brilliant stuff! Absolutely busting! Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant stuff here. So just waiting for the usual stuff here. So some of the drivers are already back in now. So you know the usual, guys. In my streams, you know what's going to happen. The final countdown. Time is up. The time is up. The fans have stopped at the Crystal Maze, but it's definitely stopped the qualifying tonight. Oh, brilliant stuff from Mike. Oh, brilliant. Oh, the Slovenian legend has pulled. Best chance. Bestest chance. Captain Steve's finished. He can't improve his time. What can Tej do? Oh, Steve is slowing down. Tej. Like I said, Snoop's on his lap as well, but what can Snoop Dogg do? Oh, Snoop Dogg won't improve his lap. So Tej needs to try and get 2 seconds from somewhere to try and get... We've got a yellow flag set to 3. Yellow flag set to 3 now. Oh, this is going to be a frantic stuff. Can the Liverpool fan of Tedrod, the old god, the old veteran, he'll be absolutely happy with the Champions League final soon, but he's probably devastated about the Premier League stuff. But enough of football. Can he try and get pole in this race tonight with the Williams driver situation? Oh, he's gone wide. Is that invalidated? No, he's still going. He's still going. This could be a frantic end. No, oh, 37 possibly, 36.9, a 36.9, a good time to be fair from Tej, but compared to Snoops, it's a second behind, but he'll be he'll have to watch out with those hypersofts. He'll probably have to do hypersofts, super softs for one stop. Just waiting for Snoop to finish his pit stop. But what a lap from civilian legend of Mike. Absolutely brilliant stuff from him. Oh, what a lap. Of all that practice stuff, this could be a manic race tonight. He felt confident with the race setup, but he wasn't confident with the qualifying pace at the time. So it's interesting stuff here. Absolutely interesting stuff here. Good evening to everyone that's joined the session. I hope you're okay and well. Let's hope for some cracking ones. Here are your short qualifying for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League F3 League. You got civilian legend Mike in first place. You got Snoop Dog Markey or Sleepy Driver Markey on that one in second place. You got Ferocious Dan in third, the Brummy in third place. You got Agent Steel in fourth place. You got Nitric Ash in fifth. The old veteran of six of Tedra in sixth place. Brennon's is in seventh. Briggsy, but not that Giggsy, in eighth. Captain Stiff, the Drivers' Championship leader, in ninth, and O'Stephen, he's in 10th place. Absolutely manic stuff there. I'd like to know what happened with Briggs' car. I don't know if he made a massive mistake or what, but he'll be absolutely livid with that, because I think he would have done a good qualifying lap, to be fair. But what a lap for Mike, out of nowhere as well. He was saying before last week's race, well, he was saying this every week before tonight's race. He said, my qualifying's been rubbish. I can't get the qualifying done. I always make a mistake. Tonight, he's not made a mistake in the qualifying. He's done that spot on. Let's hope he can try and get the fastest lap and the win for the hat trick. But bear in mind, you got Snoop Dogg, you got Ferocious Dan, you got Captain Stiff, all challenging out for at least the top four quickly. But bear in mind, you got Nitrogas, you got O'Stephen, you got Ted, you got Briggsy, you got Steele and Brennons. They're all going to want to spoil their party for the drivers and the constructors situations here. Absolutely, we are live and exclusive on the Invictus Racing League F3 channel. If you like it, please like, follow, etc. You're right, Snoop, how you doing? He's saying, oi! You're not a sleepy driver, don't worry, but it's just the way it was written down on the stuff there. But like I said, this could be a manic start here. Where is it now? Ooh. Just waiting for the drivers to get themselves ready, and they are. Just waiting for Mike and O'Stephen to get themselves ready as well. So at this moment in time, Snoop Dogg can't win the title because he's 38 points, and 30 points is the only option they've got left. So we're just getting for the formation lap now. The guys just really want to try and get themselves started as quickly as possible. Normally I do the bottom half first, but because there's only 10 drivers, we can't do the usual bottom half because they're all there. Well, the first 10 have all qualified since then. But like I said, I'll go through the qualifying standings as you speak there. You got Mike in first, you got Snoop Dogg in second, Fresh down in third. You split out the Sauber, he's in the Sauber sandwich with Steele in fourth place. You got Nitric Ash in fifth. You got Tedra, the old god, in sixth place. You got Brennons in seventh, Briggsy in eighth, Captain Stiff, the Drivers' Championship leader, in ninth place, and O'Stephen at the back in 10th place. This could be a manic start, but like I said, Brennons has had one of the most unluckiest seasons he's ever had. His only points that he's ever had this season was at British Grand Prix. So hopefully he'll try and bounce back as quickly as possible. Good evening, Maze. How you doing, mate? You alright? Two in a bed. How you doing? Do you reckon there'll be two in a beds or three in a beds situations here with the drivers? I hope you're okay and well. Like I said, if you make a follow, subscribe, you know the usual. as we speak. So we're just watching some of the drivers here. Unfortunately we've got we have four in a bed, or just four two in the beds, or there'll be two lots of overtakes. I have to wait and see what Mays says now. But Mike's all geared up. This is his best ever qualifying. He needs to get points ahead of Captain Stiff tonight. Needs to get the points in tonight, because this is his best chance to try and close in on him. If it stays like this, so 15 points for Mike, so it'll be 4-point gap. Then, based on Captain Stiff, it'll be a 6-point gap. Like, 6-point gap between them two. If it stays like this. Obviously, it's not going to happen like that, but I'm just saying what happens if it is in the race as well. But some of the guys are all prepared and ready to go here now. The drivers are all set and ready to go, so this could be a frantic start here, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and we are go, go, go. Great start by the Toro Rosso. Snoop Dogg Marcus dropped down. Snoop Dogg's dropped right down. Oh, manic stuff. Nitric gas has dropped. Snoop Dogg has put himself back up there, but Brennan's. Oh my God, Brennan's, what a move! Ferocious is struggling. Ferocious is absolutely struggling. But that was a great stuff by Brennan's. Brennan's is his best ever chance to get some decent points in. Better than 8th place since the British Grand Prix with Cheese about 5 races ago. So he needs to try and get some points in to end the season on a high here. But brilliant stuff from Mike here. Brennan's brilliant move as well. Nitric gas has dropped down to, oh my God, Stephen's the biggest mover as well, from 10th to 7th at the minute. So this could be a frantic start here. This could be, I don't know if the situation is going to happen here with the driver situations at the moment. The Williams are not. What is it now? The Williams. I'm just trying to check what they've got in the. So, like I said, with the driver situations here, I'm just waiting for some battles going on. No, Stevens the only one that's closest to Nitric gas for 6th place. Nitric gas is really struggling with the Red Bull car at the minute. Needs to try and get some good form here quickly. I really do want him to get some quick form as quickly as possible. But Snoop Dogg, Nitric gas. Nitric gas has lost a bit of his front wing, so something must have happened there from that incident there at the start there. So just watching Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg trying to close in on Mike now for 1st place here, for the lead here. We've got Frostad trying to close in on Brennan's there, as you can see in the background there. And also Briggs trying to close in on Stephen now for 6th place. Mad times here. Absolutely mad times here. But what can you do if you're being cute here? We've got Frostad trying to close in on Brennan's now with the DRS straight now. Still closing in on Brennan. Still closing in for 4th place. At the moment, Mike has got the best advantage here. So at the moment, as things stand, 3:22, he will have a 7-point gap behind Captain Stiff on the final race of the season. But that's just if it stays like this. It's going to be manic next few laps. But like I said, I'm just waiting to see if there's any other action going on, because some of the drivers are all bunched up here. But here we go. What can Snoop Dogg do? Snoop Dogg on the Hypersoft tyre needs to get past Mike, because the Hypersofts would go at some point with the tyre wear situations. Steele's got a good chance of getting the podium here. Snoop Dogg has got the fastest lap of 140.2. Mike's going to be in trouble here against Snoop Dogg. DRS is now enabled now, so this is a chance now for Snoop Dogg to try and get past him as quickly as possible. This could be a chance. Oh, Snoop just got a little bit wide there, but I want to try and see if Briggs can try and close in on Stephen now for 6th place. But this could be a frantic start here. Frantic start. Oh, Briggsy trying to close in on Stephen. Can Snoop Dogg try closing on Mike? Mike's just going to be already on the straight line. I don't know if he's going already on the... Oh, I thought he was going to go on the defensive line here. Oh, they break in! Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Snoop Dogg. Terj just moved up, passing his teammate in 9th place. To be honest, Captain Stiff does not want to drop down anymore. Just have to wait and see what happens here. What can Freshstad do? Freshstad try to close in on Reynolds now. Freshstad thought he might have the chance to try to do the overtake on the outside of there. Even go off track a little bit. But, oh, Briggsy, but not that Giggsy. Oh, Stevens still holding on for 6th. What a recovery move. What a recovery move from O'Stephen. Briggsy O'Stephen. This could be a classic battle between these two drivers tonight at the Abu Dhabi, or how I call it Abu Dhabi, is Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We're already on lap 3 of 28 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. I'm hoping we've got a train coming here from 6th place, a 4-car battle here. The 2 Williams drivers, the Toro Rosso and the Force India. But before I check any more further, I want to see if Snoop Dogg to try and get past Mike now for 1st place. Snoop hopefully does not want to cause any issues anymore after what happened last week with the DNF. If he didn't have that DNF, he would have still been in a chance of the Drivers' Championship. He would have still had a chance of the Drivers' Championship had he not had that DNF last week. Nigel Gash has got the fastest lap of a 139.1. Bear in mind, I hope the guys don't get the pit glitch as such. I hope they don't, because this could be a frantic, this could be a brilliant battle here tonight. Absolutely brilliant stuff here. So, trying to see what else is there. You got Freshstad trying closing on Brennan's now. We might have another battle going on now. Oh, Freshstad trying everything he can. Trying to get past Brennan's. Briggsy again trying closing on Stephen now for 6th place. But this has been an absolute belter of a race as well. So many battles going on. We've got Freshstad trying closing on Brennan's again. We've got Briggsy trying closing on O'Stephen. But because of that, Tej might have a chance to try and bounce back here on Briggsy, because the more Briggsy's trying to make the attempt to try and get past O'Stephen, the more failed attempts, the more better it is for Tej to try. Oh my God, O'Stephen's nearly lost it there on that corner, which he nearly did earlier on in the race. But this could be a chance. Briggsy moves up. Chance, and he takes it. O'Stephen's really struggling with those tyres. He needs to be careful there because of the Williams behind. Oh no, does Tej try go on the out? I thought he was going to go on the outside there and try and do like one of those spectacular moves as well. Pardon me. But still, this could be a frantic... I can't stop saying frantic because this could be a brilliant race. Briggs is pulling away from O'Stephen now from 7th. Well, he's in 6th place at the minute, but he's pulling away from 7th at the moment. But Tej should have the DRS. His Captain Stiff, his teammate. Surely there'll be team orders here. You see in the background, Nigel Gash trying slowly coming back into this race as quickly as possible. So you definitely have to pit again. Tej is going to try and pull Captain Stiff again. Oh! There's definitely no team orders here at the Williams, even though they're fighting for the constructors as well. So at the moment, the constructors, they're only 9 points between McLaren. Well, Williams is in the lead with 141 points. The McLaren team are on 132. Then you've got a massive gap of the Sauber team with 89 points as well. So the best points that you could get for 1-2 is 27 points. 54 points. It's even if they add the two 1-2s at the Sauber team, they still wouldn't catch up to the McLaren team, who are on 132 points anyway. So madness stuff here. We've got 2 battles going on. We've got Ferocious Dan in 5th place. You've got Steel, Tej is pitted. Tej is pitted for the Hypersofts. I can't remember what the tyre wear it is for the Hypersofts to last. Snoop's dropped. Team orders must be. It must be that his tyres must be absolutely killing. It looks like his tyres are fine at the minute, but saying that though, it could be hitting like the 60%, 70% marker as a guesstimate, shall we say. We've got Ferocious Dan trying to close in on Brennan's for 4th place at the moment. So team orders definitely happening at the Sauber team. Trying to close. So Steele's going to have a chance to try and close in on Mike now, and might have a chance to try and get the Slovenian legend as well. But bear in mind, guys, you got Ferocious Dan. As things stand, he will not get the Drivers' Championship this season if it stays like this. Mike will have a chance, be a 7-point gap. If it stays like this, it'll be definitely a 7-point gap. Snoop Dogg has pitted. For the Hypersofts, which I'm guessing will be the Supersofts. I'm surprised that Tej has gone for the Hypersofts again. Unless he's not confident with the tyre wear around around the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But bear in mind, guys, this I absolutely love this, because Snoop Dogg pits. Brennan's is back into the podium stuff, which I know of for all time's sake. There, you got Ferocious Dan trying to close in on Brennan's. You got Captain Stiff, the Drivers' Championship leader, trying to close in on Stephen now for 6th place. So I'm going to watch him now. See if we can try and overtake Stephen now for 6th place. Stephen was had a bit of a moment there in on lap 4 or lap 5 it was. It was definitely 4 laps of tyre wear, but hopefully he'll bounce back, which looks like he is slowly. But the Supersofts need to last. I can't remember how much the tyre wear would last, but Steele trying to close in on Mike for 1st, but I'm going to try and get back to Captain Stiff in a minute, because he'll have the DRS. Same with Ferocious Dan. As you can see in the background there's 2 lot of battles there with McLaren of Ferocious Dan and Brennan's there, and then also Captain Stiff trying to close in on Stephen. Briggs, he's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He did not want that at all. He did not want that at all. Mad times. Mad times. We're on lap 7 of 28 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. The Drivers' Championship could be decided tonight if Captain Stiff gets ahead of Mike. At the moment, it's not going to be happening this week. It will be will also be happening at Monza. That way, we'll get all the points situations here. Stephen's pitted. I thought there was a bit of a move there. Steele's got a chance now to try to close in on Mike now. Steele has impressed so far this season, to be fair. Steele, where are you? Steele, after his great win at Spain, like at race 2, he's had a bit of an in-off racing, but the last 2 races, he's got a steady momentum. He's in 6th, 5th, but at the moment he's in 2nd place. We've got about another 20 laps left. Just have to wait and see what he can do around here, but this could be a chance here. We've got 2 battles going on. We've got Steele and Mike at the moment we're watching, and we've got Ferocious Dan Brennan's for 3rd place battle here. Stevens pitted it way early for the Supersofts, so his tyre wear will not be happy with that. So hopefully he'll try and sort out the tyre wear on the Ultras to try and last as much as possible, and then probably have to do another Ultra Softs to finish the race as well. But I was a bit surprised with Tej's decision on the Hypersofts, to be fair. I know trying to get back into the race as quickly as possible here, but I'll have to wait and see what happens here. But we've got a battle going on for the top 2 at the moment here. Can Steele... no, I didn't... I know I said win. Sorry, I do apologise. It wasn't a win at Spain. His best performance was 2nd place at Spain. I take that back. Sorry, I do. My stats are not always perfect, but I'll try my hardest to make sure I get them spot on just after straight away on that one. But Steele could have a chance to try and get in the lead here. He's 7 tenths behind, well 8 tenths now behind of Mike, but this could be a chance for the DRS straight now. Should be getting a little bit closer now. Freshdown slowly dropping back from Brennan's now. Brennan's is having a great race at the moment, so he's my driver of the day at the moment because the position changes that happened during the race. But Snoop to the bed. First two, well, it could be the first two in the bed. Passing Captain Steve, the Drivers' Championship leader. Just trying to see. So this could be a frantic stuff here. Yeah, so Brenos is the biggest mover, but Snoop Dogg is the biggest loss mover, shall we say, if that makes sense. So, at the moment here, we've got Steele trying to close in on Mike for first. We've also got a couple of barrels for third and fourth, respectively, and also we've got sixth and seventh slow. Oh, and also Tej, I know Stephen for 10th place as well. Well, for 9th place, sorry. Tell you what, this is going to be an. Mike needs to pull something out of the bag to try and stop Steele, which he is doing a fantastic job here at the moment. Ted's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He did not want that at all. He did not want that at all. Did not want that at all. Nojka's got the fastest lap at the moment with a 1:39.1. So Nojkash moves up to 7th. Needs to pull those hypersofts lasting so much on the Red Bull car. Steele's got a chance to try and get the overtake. A bit of a late move there from Steele. Luckily there was not any damage there between himself and Mike. Steele needs to try and be patient here. Otherwise you don't want to get a silly bang moment here. Like bang, and the wings are gone, or the wheels are gone. You don't want that to happen from Siddiq Bank because they'll be not happy with them after this race. And I know Mike's had some history with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix a few times, not at the Invictus but other places as well. But hopefully this could be the end all hoodoos of Abu Dhabi. This race, if you can try and hold fire from, like, stop the on charge of Steele in the ultra soft tyre. So they're doing a cracking job, to be fair. So it's definitely a one-stop race. Definitely a one-stop race, but some of the drivers have already pitted because of the incidents at the first hurdle there. But we've got O'Stephen trying to close in on Tej for 8th place here. Tej got a little bit wide there, but needs to be careful. Tej is already on 4 laps on the Hypersofts. I don't know if that was a mistake from the Williams crew to pit them on the Hypersoft tyre, but he needs to try and pull something out of the bag here because he's really struggling on those last few corners there. But O'Stephen might have a chance to try closing on. Tej right in 8th place. Situation in the point situations here. It will be a 5-point gap between Mike and Captain Stiff if it stays like this. Which I doubt it very much because some of the drivers ahead will definitely have to pit. So Captain Stiff's already pitted. So this could be a... Oh, Tej has gone... Tej made a mistake there. I don't think there was any contact between, unless I was trying to look at the timing boards there to see what happened with the others and try and sort out the point situation. And then I just saw Tej gone wide there. He must have made a mistake with the Hypersofts. His Hypersofts must be killing if it's gone like that, or he's just made a massive mistake. But like I said, the two Williams would have 3 points in the Drivers' Championship. Frostan, 8 points. So at the moment, there's 9-point gap in the Constructors. If Tej and Captain Stiff did not have any points, Tej has got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting for... Yeah, 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. He did not want that at all. He did not want that at all. Agent Steele, clear to click with a 66, is the first of the Ultrasofts drivers to pit. Would anyone follow suit of Steele, or he's not? He's going to go for the super softs to last 16 laps. 16 laps. Nitric gas has gone in for another set of tyres now. I'm guessing would have to be the super softs. I think Nitric gas had to do the 2 hypers and then do 1 super soft, which would make sense if you can try and get out quickly. But normally it's like a 25-second gap. So based on that, Snoop Dogg has got a chance to try and close in on Briggsy, but not that Giggsy. So I'm trying to look at the interval. So at the moment, Steele, say the pits was 25 seconds, he will definitely get back in. He will definitely be in the lead. But he'll need to pull off some good laps here. Mike needs to pull out some good laps as well to stand any chances of holding on for first. Snoop Dogg is trying everything he can to try and get past Briggsy, but not that Giggsy. So Briggsy and Brennan's biggest mover of the day as well. But what can Ferocious's got a 5-second stop-go penalty for exceeded track limits. Bad times there for Ferocious. He did not want that at all. Mike's pitted. The lead of the race. He's pitted. He'll definitely going to go for the super softs now. Where's Steele? Steele should be about 5 seconds behind. Ferocious pits as well. Brennan's is in the lead now. So he'll have to go to lap 16 on the super softs. As you can see, Steele's just gone past the corner there. So where's Mike? Steele. Yeah, Steele will go ahead of Mike in the race now. But bear in mind, Mike has got a lap tyre, like energy stuff. Oh! I don't know if there was any contact between Snoop and Briggsy, but it looked like there was a slow corners there. But Snoop can do everything possible to try and get into second place now. So, oh, what a move! To the bed! Oh, what a move! What a move from Snoop! Snoop Dogg Markey moves up to second place in the race tonight. But can Briggsy try and bounce back here? He's got to have to do another 4 laps for the drivers. Oh, chance! Oh, he doesn't have the chance at the moment here. But this could be make or break here. Snoop would have to pit again unless he's risking it for a biscuit to do another 15 laps of the super softs, which it's absolutely manic stuff here. Captain Steve moves up to 7th. So Captain Steve moves up to 7th at the minute. So as things stand, Mike 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 5 as well, 6, 5, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, and 23, 23, 17 points. Well, I know I said Mike needs to get ahead of Captain Steve, but needs to have some more points ahead of him. But at the minute, Mike would have to actually Captain Steve would have 4 points, so it'll be a 23-point gap, but 6 points will be 17. Yeah, 17 points. Steele has overtook Briggsy, so the 2 Salbers are in the top 3. 2 Sauber drivers are in the top 3 this race, so that's a great achievement there from the Sauber boys tonight. Brilliant stuff there. Briggsy will be thinking, I need to pit, but he knows he needs to get another 3 laps in to stand in chance to get into the Ultra Softs at the moment here. But I know I've just said it before, but I thought I'd say it again. Mike needs to get ahead of Captain Steve, which he is, but needs to get a massive gap to stand any chance to try and be as close to Stiff as possible. At this moment in time, Captain Stiff would be the Drivers' Championship winner if it stays like this. But bear in mind, Reynolds is pitting now. Yeah, Reynolds is pitting now. So Snoop Dogg would be finishing first. Well, we'll stay ahead in first in a minute. So, just trying to see what happens here in this situation. Mike's trying to close in on Briggsy for third place here. Coming to the first few corners here now. So as things stand, depending on where Reynolds comes out. So it could be just ahead of Captain Stiff. No? Yes? Maybe? 50-50. Mike's have a chance to try and close in on Briggsy for third. Want to try and get on to Reynolds and no Stephen for fifth place. Mike moves up to third. To the bed. Oh, Mike doesn't go for the move. He's trying to be cautious there, which I don't blame him, but he needs to try and make the move as quickly as possible, because the situation is 7 points, 12, 4, 16. At the moment, Mike would miss out on the Drivers' Championship. Captain Steve would win the Drivers' Championship. Yellow flag set to 2. Yellow flag set to 2. So something must happen there. It must be from Tedge's car at the moment. But Mike's trying to get back into Briggsy as quickly as possible, because he needs to get the points in. Mike, he really needs to get those points in as quickly as possible. Steele! What a move from Mike! Oh, what a move from Mike! Brilliant stuff! Absolutely brilliant! And he moves up to third. Moves up to third now. So that's a brilliant stuff there. So Briggsy would drop down to where I believe where Captain Stiff is in 7th place. 15, 12, 10. Mike 10 points, so 9-point gap. 14. So at the moment it will go 14-point gap. It'll be a massive task for Mike. Tej just got a 5-second stop-go penalty for speed in the pit lane. He did not want that at all. Tej did not want that at all. Oh, Stevens got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He did not want that at all. He did not want that at all. What can Captain Steve do? Captain Steve could spoil the party here. Wants to get this Drivers' Championship done as quickly as possible. He does not want to do it at Monza. He said that. He wants to try and be calm at Monza for the Drivers' Championship. Obviously, he's going to have to think about the constructors as well, which I know he is anyway. But with the drivers, he wants to try and get the drivers sorted by tonight's race, because he does not want to do it on the last race of the season. And you all know what happened last season in F3, where Colin J and Sir Spud and Colin J were battling out for the Drivers' Championship, and it came all the way to the end of the last race at Brazil. Ted's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Because of that, Colin J was trying to pull out. Oh my God! Stephen nearly lost it there with the ultra soft tyre. Because Colin J lost it on the last corner, on the last lap, shall we say, sorry. So Spud had the opportunity of a lifetime to win his first ever, and I mean it, first ever World Drivers' Championship. And it was an absolute honour and privilege to see that happening. Because Sir Spud was like the near miss. It was like he did not want to be like the has-been or like the near miss guy on that one. He did not want that at all, and hopefully they didn't want that at all. But now he's finally won a Drivers' Championship now, so he can try and relax now, and hopefully he'll try and challenge it some more trophies soon. We've got a couple of battles going on. We've got Stephen in 5th. And Captain Steve in 6th, so the two are having a good dig down battle. Snoop and Steele, the two Sabres, will there be team orders again? Briggsy, but not that Giggsy. He's in trying battling out for first and for 7th place at the moment here. We're on lap 17 of 28 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Mad times here tonight, absolutely mad times. If you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, Mike, who's in 3rd of the minute, he had the greatest qualifying lap. He needed to get a good qualifying lap, and he did, to be fair. And I tell you what, madness stuff here. But I'm still watching this battle here with Brixie and Ferocioustan because Snoop has pitted. Snoop Dogg has pitted. Oh, Brixie! Brixie thought he had a Snoop Dogg has pitted. So he would have to go for, which I would guess, the Hypersofts. Or maybe the Ultras. Yeah, I was going to say. The safe bet of the Ultras or the riskier of the Hypersofts to last. So Captain Steve might move on to 5th here. 12 points for Mike. So it'll be 7 points. Where's Captain Stiff? Captain Stiff is it still in 6th place? So you have 5 points. So 12-point gap. 12-point gap in the last race. So at the moment, Captain Steve will not win the Drivers' Championship. He needs to get 4th place. He needs to try and outscore or try and beat. Oh, Brixie! Brixie passes Ferociotan for 7th place, but Stephen might have a chance to try and get on Captain Steve, which would dent. Captain Steve does move on to 5th, but Stephen, we've got 2 in the bed. 2 in the bed. Can Captain Steve hold on? Ferociotan got 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh my God! Stephen holding on there. This is an absolute belter of a race here. 24 points, 12 points. Yeah, still 12-point gap between between Captain Steve and Mike for the drivers' championship. If Mike wins, so that'll be 77. Needs to try and get 8 points or more. So if Mike wins and Captain Steve gets 4th place, he will win. I believe he will win the Drivers' Championship. So Captain Steve's got to have a charge here to try and get past. Steve! Oh, contact! There was contact on the first corner between Captain Steve and Stephen. Right, this is a... Okay, so... Captain Steve 3 points, 22. 10-point gap. 10-point gap between Captain Steve and Mike for the Drivers' Championship as it stands. As things stand now. But we got a 4-car battle here. A 4-car battle. And Brixie needs to try and watch out for his fuel. He's on low at the minute. Stephen. Oh! Stephen's already gone for the defensive move. What a move from Brixie. But can Stephen bounce back? Oh my God, Stephen nearly lost it. Oh no! Stephen, no! No! Oh, that is as Ferociotan. I can't look at the front end of the car. To me, I think there might be some debris lost there. I'll try and find out. Yeah, Ferociotan has lost a bit of his debris because the collision or the little contact between, well, let's say not little, sorry, the contact between Stephen and Ferociotan. Snoop Dogg Marcus got the fastest lap of the race with a 1:38.8 in this race tonight. So yeah, Stephen pits now. So what can Ferociotan do? Ferociotan's still going on. He's still going. He needs to get the points in. Captain Steve has pitted again. So I'm guessing he'll probably have to go for the Hypersofts to try and charge his way back into the race now. He's got everything to do now. He's at the moment here. It'll be a 10-point gap. Yeah, a 10-point gap between Mike and Captain Steve. But like I said, this has been the worst. Well, not so worst. Captain Steve's worst race this season has been at Japan with 3 points, which is 8th place, which is what he's currently at the moment in this race. But he's on the Hypersoft now, so he's going to be on the charge now. I know Stephen will be on the charge now with the Hypersofts. But let's hope we'll see some more action going on. But we might have one battle here for third place here with Brennons, who's done a magnificent drive this race. I haven't said much about Brennons. I mean, last season Brennons did one of those fantastic starts, and I thought he was on charge for the Drivers' Championship the way he was going at the moment. But because of trying to slowly do the no assist stuff, he's gone gone down in the performance stuff. But hopefully, like I said, this season has been, his only points was at Britain. Hopefully he'll try and bounce back with some decent points in, and he will guarantee some points in if he can try and hold on. Ferocious down pits, so I'm guessing he'll go for the hypersofts now. He's got no choice now. So Captain Sif would move up to 8th. Right. Oh, Snoop! What a move! What a move from Snoop! Snoop Dogg Marky moves up to 3rd in the podium stuff. To be fair, Snoop Dogg has had, before the DNF, he had 2 podiums in 3 races. Brennons has got 3 second time podiums for multiple warnings. He did not want that at all. He did not want that at all. In this race, we've got 7 laps left. 7 laps left of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Snoop Dogg has got a chance now to try and catch up to Mike now. This could be, can you imagine a Sauber 1-2 in this race? Unbelievable stuff. But if it is, fantastic stuff for Snoop Dogg and Steele for the top, if they can make it. But at the moment, Mike's already in a Sauber sandwich, stuck in 2nd. But at the moment, Mike is just doing his race. He's slowly trying to catch up to Steele. Steele's tyres will be trying to catch up. Well, Steele's tyres will be worn out a lap quicker than Mike's tyres at the minute. So at the moment, the only closest battle we've got is Brennons and Snoop Dogg, who we've just seen had the overtake at that moment in time. But Captain Stiff's got the fastest lap of the race with a 1:38.7, so cracking time from Captain Stiff, and he's on the charge here to try and close in on Nigel Gash is in 6th place. Oh, Steven's got the fastest lap of the race! Fantastic stuff from Steven with a 1:38.1. Brilliant stuff, absolutely brilliant. What can you do if you're being cute? Oh yeah. So, as things stand, 23, 11 point, yeah. So at the moment, 12, 7, 11 point gap, yeah. We had some yellow flags in one of the sectors, sorry. 11 point gap between Mike and Captain Stiff at the moment. So at this thing stand, the Drivers' Championship would carry on. Oh my God, Brennon's nearly lost it in that corner there. Really has not lost it there. He was trying to push and push and push to try and close in on Snoop Dogg Marky for 3rd to get a good podium stuff. I hope it, bear in mind, like I said, for Brennon's sake, this will be his best ever finish this season. It's only on race 11, which is like one race before we got Monza, which is the last race of the season next week. But then, before I forget, guys, if you're not only into F1, but you also like the Gran Turismo Sport and the Project Cars 2, we are happily to say that we are doing the leagues for those coming up soon. For us, I've got the fastest lap of 1:38 flat of the race, so cracking time from him. But yeah, if you're interested in Project Cars 2 and Gran Turismo Sport leagues, they will be coming up soon, hopefully, for the guys at Invictus Racing Leagues, as well as the F1, which we'll have for the F1 2019, which will be the brand new season. when it comes out next month, I believe. So can't wait for that. Exciting times at Invictus, and exciting times for every driver that's joining. Boy, that's joining the leagues as well. So there's not been much. There's not been much battles. There's been a few battles, to be fair, but there's not much as what I've seen. But first, I might have a chance to try and close in on Stephen for 8th place. Driver situation. So Mike would lose out on the constructors, as in the point situation, because Sauber would move up to 3rd in the drivers' championship. Sorry, in the constructors' championship. McLaren at the moment will have 2 points, so it'll be at 134. Williams would have 5 points, which is what was it? 5 points. Sorry, they'll have 146. So 134 to 146, 12 points. So 12 points isn't it's a lot. Hopefully, F1 Richard, I'm hoping he has a fantastic holiday so far. Just hopefully he'll try and get some action to help out the McLaren boys to try and win the constructors for the 2nd season running, because they thought the Red Bull might have took some wings and took the wings part of the championship with one hand on it, but the McLaren did win it last year by count back of wins as well, count back of points as well. But what can Verstappen do? Verstappen needs to get some points in for the constructors now, as his best bet for the drivers now. He's going to have to do some decent points in to get to the 3rd place at the moment. But it's just mad times, because Captain Stiff, who's on 102 points before tonight's race, could lose out the constructors to McLaren. Well, let's say that, but it's 12 points. Normally it's 27 points for a 1-2. So I think at the moment here, Williams would win the constructors if they can get some decent points in on that race there, but at Monza as well. But what can Verstappen do? Verstappen might have a chance to try and get it into 8th place. We're on lap 25-28 of the Invictus Special League F3 League. I'll be enjoying this, guys, because this is going to be an absolutely belter of a race here. So we just try and see what happens here. What can Verstappen do? Verstappen try and close in on O'Stephen for 8th place here. Needs to get a good exit here on the Hypersoft tyre. Needs to have the DRS. O'Stephen's already on the defensive line. Already on the defensive line. Verstappen moves up to 8th. Now, but can O'Stephen try and bounce back? Oh! Fair driving. Oh my God! I could see why Verstappen had to jump over that curve, because he didn't want to cause any action. Cause any collision with O'Stephen on that corner there. So O'Stephen's bounced back up to 8th, and Verstappen drops down to 9th at the minute. Would Captain Stiff 6th place? I'm trying to think. With 2 to 3 laps left, I can't see him getting to 5th. Be a massive push. Be a massive push. I think he could get 6th. So if he can get 6th, that'll be 5 points. It'll be 24 points. Mike on 12. Yeah. So the more points, the better for Captain Stiff at this straight. So just... Oh! What happened to Nitro? Nitro! Oh, Nitro! Oh. Nitro will be absolutely livid with that Red Bull car. It has not given wings at all for much of the season. And that car, I think he must have gone wide of the curb or something there. he'll be absolutely livid with the F1 situation there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he picks the Red Bull again for next season. In the new season of the 2019 game. Brixie's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Protestant moves up to 7th. Right, so what's the situation here? So, 6th place for Captain Stiff, 5 points. Needs to be on the charge to try and close in on Brixie for 5th. Bear in mind, Brixie's got a couple of penalties, I believe. Oh, Stephen might have a chance for Protestant for 7th place again. Snoop Dogg Marcus got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As this stand, Snoop will not be worried about it at the moment because he's got a 13-second gap between himself and Brennan's from 3rd and 4th respectively here. But what can I keep saying it? But what can Stephen do on this race itself? Stephen's trying everything he can. We're on the penultimate lap already, and it's been a good race, but it's just there's not been much overtakes as much. And I was worried about the Mike Captain Stiff situation. Would it have been Captain Stiff's day of winning his first ever World Drivers' Championship title in this race? But as things stand here, it will have to go to Monza for the final race at Italy Grand Prix. So mad times here. So we're on the last lap now. Steele's just crossed over the line now. Mike needs to pull on now. He's got the lap advantage here. He's 1.8 seconds behind Steele. Just trying to see where he's on track. Yeah, he's just ahead there. So he'll need to get within a second by the second DRS straight. If he's not there, that means I can't remember if Steele's got. Mike is good at no penalties. So if Steele's got a penalty, which I might be wrong, he could have, but I might be wrong. This could be Mike's win situation, win-win on that one. But that could be the Sauber could hold on for the. Oh, Brennan's, Brixie. Brennan's moved on to still holding on for 4th. What can Brixie do? Brixie might have a chance here for 4th place again. Brennan's. Oh, Brixie try and go over the inside for the defensive line here. But Brixie hopefully didn't want to cause any accidents there. But Brixie just moves up to 4th now. Brennan's driven a good race. Drops down to 5th at the moment here. Where's Steele? Steele's coming up to the final few corners now. Just trying to see if Brennan's can try and back into Brixie. So as things stand, Mike's closing in on Steele. But can I just say, massive congratulations to the win on the race for Steele as he crossed over the line first. But Mike's won. So Steele did actually cross over the line first, but Mike has actually won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. That is a massive, massive boost for Mike's chances of winning the Drivers' Championship on the last race. So it'll be going down to the final race, whatever happens, depending on where Captain Stiff is. Captain Stiff is too far back to try and close in on Brennan's. Brennan's moves up to 4th. Brixie had some penalties, so he's dropped down to 5th. So Snoop, Steele and Mike will be the podium question interviewees at the end of this race. But well done to Brennan's, well done to Brixie as well. Captain Stiff, the Drivers' Championship leader. So I think stand 15 for 9 points. I think, yeah, 9 points. 9 points is the gap between Mike and Captain Stiff. So it'll be the two drivers battling out for the Drivers' Championship as things stand. Protestant needs to win 2 races, and hope Mike and Protestant had, Captain Stiff had 0 points or less than 2 to 3 points. from Captain Steve's point of view. But as things stand, I think that has confirmed whatever happens there now. But brilliant driving. Don't get me wrong, brilliant driving from everyone. So just waiting for that. But brilliant drive from Mike. Brilliant stuff. He needed that qualifying boost, and instead of charging all the way through to the grid without any penalties, moves up in the podium stuff, and now he's a winner in this race. So it's a brilliant drive here. He's on form at the minute, to be fair. He's absolutely on form, as well as Captain Stiff before there. Here are your race classification for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League F3 League. You got Mike in first, as Feeling Legend. You got Agent Steel in second place, Snoop Dogg in third. You got Brennan's in fourth, Prix in fifth, Captain Stiff in sixth, Ferocious Dan in seventh, O'Stephen in eighth, Tej in ninth. Nitrogash, the only one who had a DNF, and he was really unlucky from him. He really wants to try and get rid of that Red Bull car as quickly as possible. So for the stats, in case the stewards need to have a look at it as well. So, but brilliant drive, absolutely brilliant drive from Mike. Steele as well, and Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, who had to do a two-stop. He had to do a two-stop. But still hold on for a podium stuff there. So I'll be inviting them now to talk about their questions and answers stuff. But yeah, if you want to ask the questions, guys, to Mike, to Steele, and to Snoop Dogg, please know as soon as. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. I'm just waiting for the guys to join in. Enjoy that. Brilliant stuff from the top three, to be fair. If you've got any questions, queries to Mike, Steele, or Snoop Dogg, send them in and we'll ask them as quickly as possible for you guys. I don't know what's happened there, but I'm just waiting for the guys to join in. We've got Steele just joined in now, so just waiting for some of the drivers to come in. So Snoop's joined, and I believe Mike has joined as well.
Need fluids. That was horrible.
Oh, Brixie says, great race, really enjoyed the battles. Well done to Mike and the rest of the top three. Oh, brilliant stuff, Brixie. Well, cheers for that, mate. Much appreciated. I'm sure the guys will be absolutely delighted with that. I'm just waiting for Mike to join in before we carry on. Right, so we're just waiting for the guys to get themselves prepped up and ready to go. Can you make sure you got your loud voice to be shared? Alright. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say one question to Mike. So unfortunately, Mike will have to say stuff and then he'll have to shoot off straight away. So I'm just going to ask him about his race, and then I'm not going to ask him any more about that after that, so because he's got to shoot off. So are you all set, guys? You all set, ready to go?
Yep, go. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So well done to Mike for winning the for winning the race tonight. I was going to say drivers. Then, you know, it could have been worse. Tell us your thoughts. What do you think of the race tonight? What was your thoughts?
Yeah, I loaded the wrong setup in the qualifying, and I struggled with understeer the whole race. If maybe you saw it, that I struggled the whole time, or not.
Yeah, I noticed a few times where you were struggling, but
I was so happy when I came out to the pits and I figured out that Steel has penalties. So I said, okay, lay back, easy, you got it.
You could have. I was just thinking, why is Mike not challenging? But I think it could be Steele's got so much penalties in front, so he's trying to try to be as close to him as possible.
Alan Prost.
Yeah, he's trying to do the Alan Prost moment there. But just a quick one before you go. Just a couple of things actually. What now? It's going to be a 9-point gap, I believe. Yeah. Hang on a sec.
First of all,
Yeah.
I'd like to ask you a few questions. What happened to Snoop and what happened to Ferocious then?
Snoop, and Frostan. Frostan had a something must have happened in the race at the start because he had a good start and then he's just driven at the back. But I knew Snoop Dogg had to pit early to try and try. Fortunately, he had to pick the wrong strategy.
He was breathing down my neck the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm sure Snoop would let us know. But I know you're going to shoot off, Mike. But 9 points, the Drivers' Championship. That's the gap now between you and Captain Stiff. Massive task next week for Italy. Do you think you can do it or not?
I think I can win Italy. It's my favorite track, but I doubt I can make up. I am still convinced that Stiff has it in the bag.
Yeah, but if you get the same points, Captain Stiff would win the drivers based on the wins, based on the wins.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, of course.
But even though you say you could win Italy, do you think you got the chance of winning the drivers next week or not?
No.
Oh, I was hoping a stutter that no, yeah, on that one. But no, whatever happens, Mike, I'll talk to you before I know.
But great race still.
Yeah, it's a good.
Thank you.
He was chasing me in the first stint, and I knew that.
Yes, and that is where I pick up penalties.
yeah, I know. And then you went for the undercut. I thought also to pit, but I was thinking, no, let's go the easy strategy. But then I made a mistake when I tried to overtake Prix. I remember that I changed my braking balance because I was conserving tires, and I wouldn't make the corner. Okay, maybe Mark saw that.
I can't remember.
On the main straight under DRS.
I may have done.
When I slow down, I almost stopped on the track.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. I was trying to watch some of the battles going on. There was a frantic start, but then it's just dropped down with the
Snoopy
went for the 2-stop?
Yeah, 2 pit stop strategy, I think. That's right, Snoop?
Yeah,
I went for 2, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you'd go early for the supers, but you didn't then.
Yeah. It's just manic stuff, but I'll speak to Steele and Snoop about their.
It was a great race.
It was a good race between you three, to be fair, because you three had a good podium stuff, and it was a good battle from you guys anyway. But Mike, I know you're going to shoot off, so I'm going to say congratulations on your win tonight, and I wish you all the best of luck next week at Italy.
Thank you, mate.
All right, you take care, Mike. See you later.
Great race, guys. Congrats to all of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers, man. Good job.
See you in Monza, mates. Bye.
See you later. So Mike's just had to shoot off because he's got to shoot off. But I'm going to speak to Steele and Snoop about their experience at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and what the expectations next week at Monza, the final race of the Invictus Racing League F3 League. Steele, finally, I get the chance to speak to you now properly in the podium stuff. I bet you waited for that for ages, weren't you?
Yeah, from Silverstone, I think.
Yeah, I do apologise on that one because of work stuff. So.
It's okay. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just trying to see what your reaction was, but absolute legend on that one. But tell us your thoughts about the race tonight. What's your thoughts on your race?
Actually, I did it. I don't know how, but I did it. Yes, for me, this is a good result, and that's it. I simply give my best drive. Yes, I'm a little bit change my driving style and some strategy things, and it's worked for me last couple of races. It looks like I have pace. It's a
Okay.
shame because I didn't figure out that from the beginning of the season. Maybe
Yeah.
things will be different, but I'm okay. I'm chasing my 40 points at the end of the season, and I will be fine. Yes.
Nice. Well done, Steele. Well done. Did you? I know you had the penalties. Did you think you could have done a bit better to hold on? I know you crossed the line in first, but did you felt like those penalties should have been like?
Yeah, I pick up penalties in first stint, and after that I was just trying to save tires and drive little bit relaxed, and that's what I did. So I knew that Mike is fast and that he has some speed left in tank. So nice from him. He didn't chasing me. So it could be everything, but I'm okay.
Yeah, a fair dues, fair dues. I mean, at that point, I thought you two were having a ding-dong battle for. When I say ding-dong, I mean like scrapping for first, second place. You two were like close, and then you just got ahead of Mike, and noticed you had penalty, but because Mike
Yeah.
is the non-penalty king or the civilian legend, I always call him on that one. But
Yeah. But I want to say thanks to my teammate. He in first stint he let me pass. So good job.
oh, no worries.
Who-
Hopefully Snoop just heard that on that one. But I'm sure. I was wondering if there was team orders, or you two were just going to fight it out to the end on that one. But I'm sure Snoop will be absolutely delighted with what you said, Steele. Anyway.
Yeah, but we was on a different strategy, so it's fair move from him. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, mate. It's just, it's worth it. You know what I mean? And it's the best. I think that was your best ever race. Since
So
obviously,
far, yes,
yeah, since Silverstone.
yes.
Uh,
Uh, it's
but
nice feeling. Yes.
yeah, definitely. I'm going to do something different here, guys. Normally, I talk about the track from what we've done, and then normally go straight to the Monza or the last track. I'm just going to say it now to speed time and stuff. So, well done for your race tonight. What do you think is going to happen next week for you at the last race at Italy for yourself, Steve? Do you think you get a good chance of Italy, or do you like the track?
Yeah, I love the track, but I don't know what will happen. It's a lot of guys like Monza, so it will be tough. I'll just try to find a good setup, and we will see.
Fair enough. But yeah, well done, Steele. You did a magnificent drive tonight, and I wish you all the very best of luck
Yeah, thank you.
in the final race, Italy. It's the Mamma Mia, beautiful Italy on that one. So, wish you all the best of luck, and I'll see you soon, mate.
Thank you.
Finally, for the
Thank
first
you.
time for Steele, meeting me for the speaking on the podium stuff after Silverstone. So this is just trying to recap as quickly as possible for him. But this is the best points he's had this season, as in the best race finish on that one this season. So well done, Steele. Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
You can stay or you can go. It's up to you, mate. It's up to you.
Okay.
Snoop, final thoughts from you, mate. So it's tell us your thoughts about Abu Dhabi with your race tonight.
Yeah, so quali went well. I thought everyone else was going to go on the Hypersoft for some mad reason. So I fit it, set a time, and then no one did. And I thought, oh God. So when I went to do run two, I thought there's no point in using up these tyres. So I settled for a front row position. I would have gone again if I would dropped down to third.
Yeah.
And then got a half decent start. But I really struggle with my starts, to be honest. It takes me about 2 laps. I mean, if you go through all the other races, it takes me about 2 laps to get into a rhythm, and then I can start attacking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got into a rhythm. I was right in the back of Mike for a couple of laps, and I just thought I'll keep it here. But I know that Steele was, pretty much because we were sort of fighting with each other. I knew Steele was right behind me, so I decided to do some team orders and just let him go because he was going to go on a longer stint.
Yeah,
I was going to pit. I was going to pit anyway, so I thought there's no point holding him up because he could win this. So I let him go. I probably did it in the wrong way because I I moved over and I think I confused him a bit into
yeah.
that turn.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I let him go. I
Yeah,
pit.
you was far away from me, so I didn't know what is going to
Yeah,
happen.
well, I didn't want to get caught up in the straights and stuff, so I just thought I'll back well off, and then I pit the first pit, and then I did the undercut. I came out in front of them, but then I knew again, 3 or 4 laps out in the lead, with them two behind me, it was going to be a struggle. So I decided to pit again. I could have stayed out and just taken third anyway, but I thought we'll go for it. We'll fit the ultra soft. And to be fair, for the last 10 laps, I was catching about a second and a half a lap. But then I got a 3-second time penalty, and I thought, that's it, I'll settle for third. But I am sick of thirds now.
Well, you say sick and tired of thirds there. It's with the DNF last week. If you didn't had that, you would have been challenging for the drivers' championship. If you was like,
Yeah, I'm struggling for third at the minute.
Yeah.
So
If you can get rid of that, I mean, the last few times, well, you won in Australia, you got third in Mexico, you had a DNF last week, and now you got third again. So you had 3 thirds, 2 2 seconds, and one first during this season with 2 DNFs.
yeah, and I could have had some more wins, but I threw it away. I mean, Spa was just a stupid mistake. I was too busy winding up stiff and trying to work out where he was. I just wasn't concentrating. I just let that go because I was rapid at Spa. But in terms of Monza, from my side of things, there's no team orders whatsoever. I don't want to get him. I'm only interested in winning. And if Steele's in a better position of winning that race, then yeah, you can crack on.
Yeah.
I just want to win the title, but it's a strong pairing now. Me and Steele are pretty much there or thereabouts, so I'm just looking forward to next season.
Well, saying that, mate, I think you overtook Ferrari in third place in the Constructors' Championship. It's a massive gap between yourself and second place because obviously Williams and McLaren are already like way ahead with the points stuff. But again, I'm not saying it's from your side, Snoop. It's from Steele's because you two working together as a team of Sauber. Would it have been different had you had more points this season? Would you have challenged for the constructors? Would you say if you had?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my first half of the season, I was just fitting into the league, seeing where I was, and then I quickly gathered pace, and I was challenging for wins and stuff. And it's just a shame that the first half, Steele had a few issues and stuff. And if we had the pace that we have now, I think we would have been contenders. But saying that, there's too many mistakes from my side.
Yeah, it's if you can eliminate those mistakes, you would have had a chance to, like you said, drivers and possibly constructors. But because of those, hopefully next season in the 2019, which is the first season of it, will be different.
Maximum. I just want to say, maximum respect to Steele though, because he's a really good teammate. I think there's like a natural
pairing.
Confidence, natural confidence between us, and it's sensible. So I knew that I wasn't going to start tangling up with him, and with his pace and Mike's pace, I quickly worked out that he could have probably won that race. I mean, like I say, going on to Monza, it really doesn't matter to me as long as Mike's behind me. I don't really mind, but it'd be good. I think it's going to be tight for that race. I think there's 4 of us that could win it easily.
Could be. Just have to wait and see what happens here. But like I said, I was just about to ask you about Monza, but you've already mentioned a bits of it anyway. But as you said, it's like every man for themselves on the driver stuff. But Snoop, whatever happens, congratulations on your third place, which you got the hoodoo of the third place again. So it's hopefully I wish you all the very best of luck in Monza next week. and it's going to be a frantic one, I think. And I keep saying that
Yeah.
all during the stream, anyway. So,
Yeah,
you was about to
cheers,
say
buddy.
something. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, I would imagine from that race that I thought you were going to lose your voice, because even what was going on around me, because I was catching the leaders at one stage, and I know there was
Yeah.
quite a few tangles behind. So, yeah,
Ju-
well done.
To be fair, during the race, the first stint was frantic, but then it got as the pits come in, everyone was all gapped out, so I couldn't get much overtakes in the race tonight, unfortunately
Right.
enough. So that's why, from what I've seen, there's been a few overtakes from what I saw, but not much other than the race. It was a good race at the start, but again, it was just dropped a bit at the end. But like I said, Snoop, you had a good challenge to try and catch up to Mike on that start that you had anyway. But fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I made a mistake. I think it was about 6 or 7 laps to go. I made a mistake coming into the final sector, and I was only about 4 seconds behind with about 6 laps left. So I thought this could potentially be game on here, because I knew someone ahead of me had penalties. But I made a mistake which allowed, I think it was O'Stephen behind me to close the gap. And at that point I just thought, yeah, forget it. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But can I just say, Snoop, well done for third place again, and I wish you all the very best of luck, whatever happens at
Cheers,
Italy.
man. Cheers, man.
Guys, like I said, you're more than welcome to stay, or you're going to shoot off. You shoot off. But I'm doing my final thoughts, and then I'm going to head off with the stream as well. My final thoughts
Cheers.
tonight.
See you later.
See you later, mate. You take care. Like I said, my final thoughts of the race tonight. Mike, who started off in the pole for the first time, his best ever finish of the race. His best ever finish in the qualifying, and he needed that. He needed that confidence for the qualifying at this stage of the season where he needs to try and get ahead of Captain Stiff. If Captain Stiff would have got ahead of Mike during the race, he would have won the Drivers' Championship this season. But it's going to the final race again at Monza. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait for it. It's a 9-point gap, so like I said, Mike needs to finish in the podium. Guaranteed finish in the podium. If Mike wins next week, I think 9 points. Captain Stiff will need to get 5th place. Anything lower than 5th, if Mike wins and he gets lower than 5th, Mike would win the Drivers' Championship. If Captain Stiff gets 5th or higher, he will definitely win it anyway. But if Mike gets 2nd, 3 points. 3 points. All Captain Stiff needs to do is finish in 8th or above. If Mike finishes in 3rd, I think it's 10th. Boy. Yeah, 10th. Or better. So all Mike has to do is got to finish the race. If Mike finishes the race, Captain Stiff has to finish 5th next week to win the drive. Mike has to win the Drivers' Championship. If Captain Stiff does not get 5th place, if he wins, but that's just if Mike wins the race. As I said, Mike needs to win to stand any chance, but Captain Stiff needs to make the same position as what he is to, he doesn't need to be on the same position, but that's what happens at Italy. But as I said earlier in the stream, the frantic ending last season where Colin J and Sir Spud, Colin J was guaranteed certain. You would have put your house, you would have betted the whole country for Colin J to win the Drivers' Championship, but because of the last lap crash there, Sir Spud won he's on the very last lap at Brazil. Mad times, because that's his first ever World Drivers' Championship. But Colin J will be experienced now, and hopefully he'll try and challenge another challenge for the drivers soon. But like I said, I'm not going to say any more because it's going to be frantic. But well done to Steele and Snoop Dogg for their podium finishes. Well done to Brennan's actually for his best ever finish of the race. Well, best finish of the season, shall we say? But well done to that. But Captain Steve still holding on for 9-point gap. Verstappen has lost the Drivers' Championship. He needed to win the 2 races, but it was a massive task for him. So his one challenge now is to try and get the McLaren back up and running next week. Oh, Stephen did a good drive as well. Briggsy as well. Tej had a struggling race as well. Nigel Gashu would have had a decent race, decent points as well. Again, because of that crash at, I think that was at turn 3 where you go down the hill, he must have touched the curb and lost the car and lost it completely. But hopefully Nigel Grash will bounce back at Italy for the last race of this. Like I said, guys, this next week will be the last race of the Invictus Racing League F3 League for the 2018 game season, and I can't wait for it again. This has been a classic season, and I don't know what to say, but always remember, always remember, stay classy. I'll see you later, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you at the glorious track of Monza, Italy next week. Ta-ra a bit. Bye-bye.